on, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los, Hollywood Kev, and welcome to a special edition of The Noize. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following the news this past week, there's been a lot of things going on, a lot of political things that, of course, we promised to actually get away from.
Yep.
And we're going to uphold that promise outside of talking about Obama's final speech. We definitely have to touch base on that. Mm-hmm. But if you have been following, you've been seeing that the war is on in entertainment. Everybody is officially beefing with everybody.
And you know what?
What's up?
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I love it.
I remember a couple episodes back, I mentioned that I wanted this to happen.
Right.
And it's happened.
All that nice guy handshake and shit.
Yeah, fuck all that shit, man.
It's done. So because of this is a special edition of The Noize that we have dubbed the Money Team Royal Rumble. Of course, it's going to be led by the Money Team, sponsored by the Money Team. Uh-huh. But we have fantasy booked the card, and we're going to talk to you guys about what's been going on because it has been a lot of issues, deeply rooted issues at that. That's coming to light. That's happened this past week.
Yeah.
Like, did you see some of the news that's on there?
Yeah, I did. Everybody mad about something.
About something.
And they're not afraid to actually speak on it now. So I'm rocking with it.
And again, folks, if you have been following, a lot of this is stemming off the Chris Brown Soulja Boy fight. And we're going to talk about that. Because as I mentioned, we already fantasy booked the card and we're here to deliver the card. I think we're going to have too much of a ball with this episode.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
And we hope you all do too. But before we go into it, this can technically be our national anthem because it's American-y. Obama finally said goodbye, bro.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? It's obviously we know that eventually it was going to come to an end.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like having that old grandparent that you know is about 3 steps away from death.
They definitely on their way out.
But when they do get out, you still feel sad about it. You know what I mean? But I think he's done a great job with the country. Of course he didn't get to do everything he wanted to do.
Especially what we expected him to do.
Exactly. But I think it's almost impossible to expect any president to accomplish everything they want to accomplish within the time frame that they're in office with the new shit that comes about every day. You know what I mean? Some stuff he could have had a plan for certain things, and then something.
No, it's not some stuff. Everything he had a plan for it. Like if you actually go back and look at it, everything he brought to Congress, they vetoed.
Well, yeah, no,
everything.
Yeah, definitely,
except for Obamacare, somehow.
Right? And then now they're talking about how bad Obamacare was, but they didn't veto it.
And that's one of the biggest things that Trump's administration is trying to get rid of.
Right. It's just backwards to me. But no, I was saying the stuff he could have had a plan for something, and then something else came about that took precedence over that plan. You know what I mean? Like for instance, the Bin Laden thing. They had to go get rid of Bin Laden.
Bro, when he mentioned that at the farewell, I'm like, you damn skippy. You feel me?
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, that's a shout out to the president. I can say that still today.
My president, at least.
Yeah, a shout out to him, man, because I think he's done a great job. And you know what? For the black people out there that's saying he didn't do anything for black people, I find that funny. Because I feel like a lot of those people feel that way because they feel he didn't do something specifically for them.
To their issue. Now I understand where they're coming from as far as bringing in some kind of radical change towards the unjust killings of black people.
Right, absolutely.
So that I get. But what they're expecting, they're like, okay, we got a black president. I'm no longer broke. They no longer killing people in Chicago. Like there's certain shit that starts locally before you can bring it to such a national landscape.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there are people in Chicago, and this definitely isn't a shot at Chicago. I know there are people in Chicago that have initiatives set up to end the violence in Chicago. But the fact that we got a black president from Chicago, all of a sudden, the murder should end tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? With the people that say that, I honestly believe that, let's say when he first got in office, his first 2 years in office, he was like, look, if you black, you getting reparations.
Right.
After he could have did,
would have been dope.
Right. Yes, it would have been dope. I feel like he could have did that, paid the black people what they feel they should get, and then not done anything the rest of his presidency, and people would have been like, he's great. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily the case. So, I mean, again, shout out to him, but I think he's done a great job.
Oh yeah.
For what he was given. People fail to realize this is coming after Bush.
Oh yeah.
Second term Bush.
He got handed shit and was like, make this escargot, brother.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I can't complain.
It didn't hit me until he walked out. This is the last time we're gonna see it. So
Exactly.
When he walked out, it was hard looking like shit. When he walks to the back, that's it.
That's it.
And 10 days from now, Trump is gonna walk
Trump
out and he's gonna take office.
Exactly.
But one of the things that stood out to me about Obama's speech was that with him being on the way out, I think he does what all black people do when they're quitting their job on the last day. Just say how the fuck you feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the fact that he actually brought to the forefront that there is still a race relations problem. And that's one of the things that he didn't speak out on that much. You know, when there were riots and shit, he condemned us sometimes. He never questioned the outrage, the reason for outrage, but he never really verbally just said there's a racial problem in America.
Right.
So now on his way out, I was happy to hear that he actually addressed that. And one of the things that, one of the quotes he had that actually put out on the Facebook page, where he was talking about change will only happen when people come together and make it happen. Mm-hmm. That's not the direct quote. That's basically what he was saying. And I love that because I think I've been preaching that since the beginning of the show. The only people that's going to change anything in this country, fuck a title. The only people that's going to change anything in this country is us.
Exactly.
And we have to come together and we have to make that change possible.
We have to be open to talk to each other.
Exactly. If everybody's on a different wavelength, no one's going to fucking listen.
Exactly. And when people are listening right now, it's with the intent to reply instead of understanding. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like in order for us to better ourselves, not only as individuals but as a country, we got to listen to one another. You know what I mean? And actually take the time out to put things in place to help one another.
Right.
So until that happens,
and support the things that get
exactly
put out at that. You gotta remember, people will look at shit and think it's dumb and not fuck with it, or people will look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, but, you know, just in case it flop, I don't want my name attached to it.
Exactly.
Everybody's being pussies to get behind something serious and something beneficial.
And until we do, this country gonna be shit.
Shit out of luck. Last thing I want to say on President Obama's speech, and then we can move on to the card. I believe we got one of the best presidential send-offs solely because of our first black president, because there was so much passion in the things that he said. And as far as addressing his first lady,
oh yeah,
man,
I tell you one thing. She went home and broke him off.
Oh, she gave him that work when he got
broke
to the
him
crib.
off. Bruh.
He told Malaya go join Sasha. Hey, look, go out there with your sister. I'm gonna get that work.
Yeah. It was no way they went home and the White House was quiet.
You saw her face. She was all like, I'm gonna suck the skin off this bitch. You saw it. Like, that nigga don't know that. And he gonna have a blunt right after you. You know he smoked this.
You know what? And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Now that he's gonna be technically a civilian, I want to know, like, what is life after presidency like?
He's staying in D.C. where I believe it's legal, so I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, I'm not talking about necessarily that. I'm just talking about in general. Because, I mean, think about it. We look at athletes and they retire, and usually they go into some type of sports media. Mm-hmm. And we kind of see them have at the career that we get accustomed to seeing him in that role.
I'm pretty sure he's going to stick around.
I'm pretty sure he'll still be in politics. That's no question. I think once you're in politics, you're in politics.
Right. Except Bush. Think about it. We haven't seen Bush all 8 years.
You're right. But I think Bush is probably like, look, they ain't trying to fuck with me right now.
They probably changed the locks on that.
Right.
Like, nah,
but I mean, like after you leave, like, what is retirement like after you're the president? That's like, you know, that's a different type of occupation. So retirement has to be different.
Right. Like, is it a pension setup? Or?
Well, no, yeah, I think he'll get. If I'm not mistaken, he should get like $400K for life, right?
Which is fine to me.
Hell yeah, fine to me. Secret Service is for what, the next 10 years, I still think?
Nah, he gets Secret Service for a while.
Is it for a while?
He may actually get Secret Service up until the day he dies because Reagan had Secret Service up until the day.
Yeah, for Obama, he really might be. And he
needs that. He's the first black president. He can't wait to get him off the map.
Exactly. So, but
I know a lot of presidents, they go play golf afterwards, but I feel like Obama's about to be putting up some jump shots at somebody's wine.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's about to just go ball on
hell yeah. Like, no. I think he should definitely get in that All-Star Celebrity game now.
Yo, that'd be wild.
He should do it. He should do it. And what's bad is whatever team, I would want to be on his team because you're going to win. Like, ain't nobody going to guard you too closely. Ain't nobody going to foul you. Like,
bro, can you imagine Ice Cube fouling Obama and he still put up the shot and make it? And one, bitch. You know what I'm saying? He go to the line and just stroke another one for the 3-point play. I'm trying to see that. Cube, make it happen, brother. But to go back to what I was saying as far as how he addressed his wife, if you look at every presidential send-off, anytime they talk to the wife, so-and-so, I love you. and you've been there for all 8 years, and I love you. You know, a lot of them sound like they used to lynch niggas back in the day. But Obama, it's like you can hear the passion. Like, I love this woman, and no shade at Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But these are the relationship goals that people need to be going for.
Exactly.
Because Michelle Obama stuck in there. And this is the first White House couple with no fucking drama.
No scandal, bro.
Nothing whatsoever.
No scandal whatsoever.
JFK even fucked Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That
was the first people's president. You feel me? Like, this is the first couple with no scandal. And they really don't get the credit that they deserve for being such a true couple. And it's only because they're a proud black couple.
Exactly. But
that kind of love, I'm not saying it doesn't exist elsewhere, but you don't see it displayed.
Not to that level.
Not to that level.
Right.
With, that was beautiful to me, man. Like, that's really how you should go out for somebody that's been, you know what I'm saying, on your side this entire time. I think the only other first lady I saw go hard for her husband like that was Hillary. Dare I say? And that's not even, and I'm not even saying go as hard as Michelle has, but just do something while she was first lady. It may not all been great.
Right.
But as far as first ladies actually, you know what I'm saying, on the forefront with their husband, it probably was Hillary.
Yeah, probably so. Because the Bush wife, she didn't.
You never saw.
No,
you never saw
her. Yeah, you're probably right with that one. You're probably right.
And again, farewell, my president, who is black.
And my Lambo is blue. When I get a Lambo. You know what? I can't even get a Lambo because I can't fit in the fucking Lambo.
Yeah, I'm about to say, bro,
You know what's crazy? Yesterday, I was seeing i8s all day. That's the BMW i8 for anybody that doesn't know. And, of course, those cars are gorgeous to me. But they're so fucking short. Like, I can't fit in that goddamn car.
Right.
I was so mad. Like, on the way to the movie last night. I'm driving, in the Summerlin area, and it was a blue one. This thing was gorgeous. And I'm like, I can't fit in that bitch. Fuck you.
It's instant hate.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. You make that bread, but I want one.
I definitely want one. And I'm only 6 feet tall, so it's like, and I still wouldn't be able to fit in that bitch.
Can't fit in that damn
Speaking
thing.
of the going to movies tomorrow, real quick tidbit, don't go see Sleepless.
Nope.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx. I love you, man, but this wasn't it. This was a favor for somebody.
Bro, did it seem like he sounded like Batman the whole movie?
The entire movie.
He sounded like he was Bruce Wayne.
The entire movie. And then just don't go see it. We ain't gonna spoil it. Be ready for Jay Alonso's review on Real Talk, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna feel the same way we felt about it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Money Team presents the Royal Rumble. So of course, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what the main event is gonna be, so you gotta stick around for that conversation. But let's get to our opening match.
Who we opening it up with?
The opening match is gonna belong to Paula Patton and Robin Thicke. Now, when the breakup happened, Robin took a immediate L when he made that whole album basically apologizing to Paula Patton.
Yeah.
And then when she shrugged him off, that was like the biggest woman empowering thing ever. Because a lot of women would have went back. When she said no,
time out.
Women were ecstatic about it.
What is this? Is stimulating off of the Miley Cyrus thing, right?
What, Robin Thicke?
Yeah.
No.
What actually did he do? I'm not sure what actually he did.
He may have cheated, to be quite honest. But I really can't remember what it was. But they for sure called that shit quits.
And I know people sitting there thinking, why would you cheat on Paula Patton? And you're right. Because I'm not going to lie. I like Robin as an artist. I was sad for him that he's going through the situation. But I was happy in the mother, because that means Paula can come home to me.
Wait, so what about Carrie?
She's coming home too. I'll have them both.
Okay. So you on your Prince I Meme shit?
Yeah, but like Joe Budden has said, for every bad bitch, there's a nigga tired of fucking her. But now he about to catch these hands.
Apparently, this is what's about to happen. So if you guys haven't been, and I'm pretty sure you haven't, which is why this is the opening matchup. But if you haven't been keeping up with what's going on in that custody battles with Robin Thicke and Paula Patton, this is now to the point where it's hard to support her, because now she's showing signs of BBS, the bitter bitch syndrome. Because just this past week, they finally went to court to basically lower Robin Thicke's
visitation.
Yeah, they went to court to lower Robin Thicke's visitation. Like, I don't know what they wanted to lower it to, but I think she's damn near trying to get it snatched away. The LA County Department of Children and Family Services, they denied it. The judge denied it. As far as limiting his the joint custody agreement. the courts felt like it was no legit reason to cut Thick off and fuck with the custody agreement. They don't think he did anything wrong.
Right.
Which, as far as the kid is concerned, he hasn't. But do you know what her case was?
What? I know it's gonna be something wild. It gotta be
excessive spanking.
So is that the reason why nobody got fathers out here?
Pretty
because
sure.
our mother took all our dads to court for excessive spanking.
Get the fuck out of here. Listen, I love my mother. I love Rosalind Sampson, but if she ever tried to say that she ain't tag along and whipping my ass, I'm like, bruh, you tripping.
Bruh. Y'all don't know real struggle until you gotta go pick your own switch off the tree.
Exactly, with tears running down your eyes. And you know what? Everyone's used to getting their ass whooped by their father, but you know how mad you gotta piss a black woman off to be like, you know what? I'm gonna whoop your ass now. That's some different shit.
No, see, for me, well, I grew up with just my mom's.
Ah, true.
So all my ass whoopings came from her.
Oh yeah, so that she had to play both roles. Damn.
Yeah,
she caught you in your jaw, didn't she?
Nah. I took a couple as I got older. I took a couple of shots to the chest.
Oh, okay.
You know, my mother is short, so I think when I got 11. I did something, I can't remember what, she whooped my ass, and at that point, that's when I realized it didn't really affect me no more, because I was just making noise for her to stop, because I was bored. And then, did something else shortly after, got my ass whooped again, and at that point, that's when she realized that she couldn't do them, because I didn't make no noise. At this point, I'm like, all right, are we done?
That's how my last ass whooping was.
Yeah.
Like, we made all the noise possible, and then went back into the room and busted out laughing.
Yeah, like, are you done?
And that's
like,
one thing, having a sibling, when he do something wrong, we both get whipped. If I do something wrong, we both get whipped. And it's like, you better not try this slick shit either. Like,
gotta make an example.
Like, I remember this one time, Jay Alonzo, man, I'll never forget. Oh, I was so pissed at this man. So we were watching The Nutty Professor, and something, well, this is around the time Nutty Professor came out, I'm sorry. Something happened, and I imitated Sherman's dad. And I was like, this is some scary shit. And Jay gonna say some, ooh, I'm telling. And he runs out. I'm trying to chase him down. And at the time, you know, he's just joking around and he's gonna tell, but he's so enthralled in the moment. He get outside and my dad's like, well, you know, what are you gonna tell? Carlos said shit. And I'm like, now so did you. And of course, we both got tore the fuck up for that. But I was like, man, so, you know, shout out to Jay Alonzo. I love my brother, but the early stages, he's a snitch. But getting back to the Paula Patton, Robin Thicke situation. Well, one of the reasons that they say that she really pressed towards this limited custody for her, and if we haven't mentioned it, this match is a ladder match with their son Julian's contract on the line for custody. This should be a barn burner, but so one of the things that kind of heightened the fire was when Alan Thicke passed away. Paula and her family wasn't invited to the funeral, but here's why: it's not off of any petty shit. Apparently, according to Robin, her and Alan Thicke didn't have a positive relationship. And every opportunity she had to talk shit about Alan Thicke, she took it.
Wow.
So it's like, you really didn't like my dad.
Right, so why are you trying to show up?
Why are you trying to come to the...
Exactly.
For your initial retaliation to limit, if not take away, joint custody?
Yeah.
Bro, that's spiteful. I mean, as a father...
It is.
How would you feel in that kind of situation?
You know, I'm a let you guys into my world a little bit. That's to a certain extent that has been attempted with me.
Wow.
I think, well, first of all, I like to say, I think that if a father is going to be in his kid's life, whether he's going to be in a relationship with the mother or not, do not deny him his kids. You know what I mean? And I would even go one step further. Even if he is not really in the kid's life, still let that door be open to be like, hey, I know you're not there, but if you want to, you know, it's here. Well, he's not going to be here anyway, so I'm going to just make it to where he can't. You know what I mean? Don't do that, because people do change. You know what I mean? People do change. But for me, back around the time when I first met you, you know, I was going through a custody issue.
I remember that. Yeah.
I was going through a custody issue. It got pretty bad. It got to the point where my ex, who, by the way, is an amazing woman, you know what I mean? Me and her have a great, fantastic relationship. I appreciate her. You know what I mean? I now I can really see how much of a great person she really is. At the time, I couldn't stand her ass.
Now that the split is official, you're looking at her as a mother.
Right. She's a phenomenal woman. she definitely tried to take it there, and it was a lot of spite. She admitted that it was a lot of spite, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, but she definitely tried to take it there. Ultimately, it didn't work out. We do have joint custody, but she definitely tried to take it, and it's a kick in the nuts, bro. Like it truly is to have the only thing that you really look forward to every day potentially being taken away from you. It really hurts, and at the time, I was going through a lot.
And then when you actually go to see that
right.
joy is regulated by the courts.
Right, exactly. At one point, bro, I looked up, and Nevada is a maternal state. So for anybody that doesn't know, that means unless you are married or unless you have legal documentation, the mother can literally do, if the kids are born here, the mother can literally do whatever she wants. So until we had paperwork, if she decided she wanted to move, she could have and took them, and I wouldn't have had anything to do with that. I couldn't stop it. She could deny me seeing them, and at one point she did. I looked up, and it was about 2 months before I seen my kids.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? And that fucked with me. Like, I was angry. I was mad. Little stuff would set me off. I got into plenty of fights. I was just angry. I remember when I finally did go up to my daughter's school to try to see her, and I did. My daughter was in tears because she hadn't seen me in so long.
Right.
You know what I mean? Seeing that, knowing how much it affected her, really fucked with me.
Right.
We got the paperwork taken care of. We got everything hashed out. Me and her are on a great level. We've been on a great level for years now. She's happily married. Shout out to her husband. He's an awesome dude as well. But yeah, during that time, it really sucked.
Man.
It truly sucks. So I kind of feel for Robin in that sense. And especially when you're dealing with a spiteful woman, like, you have to, it's not something that you can fix. You know what I mean? Like, when you, if I accidentally bump you, I can tell you sorry, and that kind of can dead the situation.
And that be it, right? Exactly.
Right. But when you're dealing with someone who's, when it's emotions involved, you have to let them get over that themselves.
Right.
And that can take,
and a lot of times, exactly.
It can take forever, you know what I mean? So in this case, and she's using, which I think is kind of messed up, she's using the child as leverage, you know what I mean? That hurts. Not only does it hurt the relationship between her and Robin, hurts the relationship between her and the kid, and also the kid and Robin.
Exactly, because the kid is the key reason for this.
Exactly.
So the kid Julian is literally in the middle of all of this that's going on. And that honestly kills me when I hear about, you know what I'm saying, my people that are going through these kind of battles that are strictly because of spite. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd be remiss in not saying that there are a shit ton of fathers that aren't shit.
Right.
To all those fathers that ain't in their kids' lives, to all those fathers that don't want to be in their kids' life, knowing they're there, fuck you, burn in hell, bro. And I mean that.
Straight up.
I mean that. You know what I'm saying? It may not have been the best relationship, but I can honestly say that my dad was there.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So when you hear about the fathers that want to be in their children's lives, they just don't want to be with the baby mother. The fact that you're going to put them through so much shit just because you missed this nigga?
Right.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and that happens a lot of the time.
All the time.
A lot of the times.
And I really hate the women that side with those women. Like, you should use the kid. Well, I know they don't say that.
Right, but yeah, I've
it's
seen
like
that.
They're telling them, like, man, you take him to court, yada, yada, yada. Like, why would you promote putting a child through a custody battle like that?
Exactly. Like I said, if it truly is in the best, if it truly is in the kid's best interest, you know what I mean? Let's say the dad was abusive or he's doing other things that where it can potentially be detrimental for the kid, handle your business.
Right.
But when it's somebody that's trying to take care and trying to be there and you're trying to make it harder, just so when you go back to the court, you can say he's not doing X, Y, and Z. You took that away from him.
And a lot of times the explanation is, I want him to feel the pain he felt. I want him to feel the pain.
It really is.
I felt.
One of the moments when I was going through my custody issues, like, she took so much ability away from me. Like, whenever I bought stuff for the kids, I had to live with my mom so she can come. Whenever she dropped the kids off to visit my mom, they can get it that way. But I would have so much stuff stockpiled, clothes, shoes, different things stockpiled that I couldn't get to them. And when we go to court, she'd be like, well, he hasn't done X, Y, and Z. I literally had the bag leave me in court like, Your Honor, you can see the receipts. These are old. They've been here. You know what I mean? And I think by me having that proof, it helped me in the long run. But I don't get why women do that. I truly don't understand that.
Well, I don't know your baby mama, man, but I'm glad she finally, got it together and y'all got it together.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Y'all ain't got to deal with this kind of stuff anymore. So ultimately, the custody battle is still going to be going on. They are denied limiting his visitation or limiting the joint custody. Who do you think is going to win this ladder match?
Can we call it a draw? Can it be
So
a draw?
they both went up.
Can
and
they both
snatched it
calm the letter and they grabbed it at the same time? Can it be a draw?
You know what? In this situation, I hope it's a draw.
Yeah,
I hope it's a draw.
I guess
that's going to
so.
force them to correctly split the time, and that way no one gets limited anything, and the child doesn't have to suffer for it. So I hope for a draw.
Yeah, maybe they climb the ladder at the same time and it's a draw. You know, we just gotta hope fucking somebody don't come kick the ladder over.
Somebody go come in.
Somebody go come kick that ladder over.
Somebody will come and interfere as soon as Robert's like got the tip of the fingers on. Going into the next match, match number 2, a triple threat.
Oh shit!
For the supremacy of Savage. What we're talking about here, match number 2 is 21 versus 22 versus 23.
When the fuck
Savage.
did it become a 23 Savage?
Exactly. Now, okay, to catch people up.
Fuck this, I'm 24 Savage, goddammit.
Let's do it. I'm 25, nigga, so we have a problem now. But to catch people up, 21 Savage is one of the new niggas that came out. He's one of the XXL freshmen. I think he's garbage. A lot of people fuck with him.
What do you say?
I think he's garbage.
In French, garbage.
Garbage.
Garbage, there we go.
You know? There was I'm gonna call him a trapper, and not in the sense of a trap rapper, but a troll rapper by the name of 22 Savage to come out and bite 21's entire fucking style.
Oh, so he's designer, but it's Savage.
Worse. See, designer thinks he's original. 22 Savage even said, "I'm better than 21 Savage. That's why I'm 22 Savage." And I tell you, he raps the exact same way, with the exact same type beats, with the exact same type dance moves, damn near the exact same face tats.
Wow.
This is a carbon copy of 21 Savage. Now, this story is old, but I'm just giving y'all the preface to the whole thing that happened. 21, and this is last month, because 21 Savage, he was just ignoring it the entire time. He finally addressed it last month, like the second week of December or something like that. And he said that 21 Savage, he said that 22 Savage was riding his dick to fame and how he's going to beef. And this is 21 Savage talking to 22. It's hard to keep up. But this is 21 Savage talking to 22 Savage. He said, how I'm going to beef with somebody that's my son? You know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm doing, I'm putting him over my knee and I'm going to whoop his ass. 22 Savage. So now we're going up in the chain. 22 Savage responded like a week after that with 2 diss songs. No, he responded the week after that with 1 diss song, Black Ops. And then he responded a week after that with Ain't No 21.
This is comedy,
and he's
bro.
rapping just like 21 Savage in the entire time. So now, last week. No, not even last week.
Nah, yeah.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago I seen it.
We get the birth of 23 Savage.
Is this dude Latin?
I don't know what he is, but he's beige as fuck.
Yeah.
That boy yellow as a motherfucker. I don't know how he even falls into the Savage trifecta.
I don't know, but he was rapping just like them.
He was rapping just like, he looked nothing. He's the first Savage that doesn't look like the Savages. Like he looks
maybe they should be like Migos but Savages. Can the 3
they
Savages
probably would blow up too?
The 3 Savages, can they do that?
That'd probably be the smartest thing for all of their careers, just to become the Savage.
But
Savage clan.
then again, it probably wouldn't work because they all sound the same. It's like the power. It's like the
one
Power
long
Rangers, right? It's like the Power Rangers when they split up in their little Zords of Power Rangers. Then when they come together, they the same damn thing.
But think about when they split up with the Zords, they all suck. That way
right.
they have to become one. So
You're
hey,
right.
to the Savages, y'all better squash this shit.
Right.
But 23 Savage actually joined the battle to defend 21 Savage, because 23 Savage had a song called Ain't No 22.
Yeah, I heard it.
Where he's dissing 22 Savage, sounding like 21 Savage.
It shit is so confusing.
Like, how did y'all work this shit out? I don't get it.
What is Randy Macho Man thinking of this?
He's probably turning in his head. You know, when he turned, he be pointing his finger in the air. He's just turning. Ooh,
I am the only Savage brother.
Oh, this is probably the most uninteresting match ever. But so here's my question. Let's say 22 Savage wins in this situation. Does 21 Savage disappear? Does 23 Savage disappear? Because right now it seems like the odds are against him in the match.
I think if 22 Savage, 20. See, look, you got me saying Savage. It's only shit. If 22, we're gonna go by numbers. 22,
got you. Okay.
Win. I think 23 disappear. I just made that up.
Yeah, you did. New word.
Yeah. I think 23 disappears. And 21, he probably just does the same shit. I think 21 is probably established enough to where no matter what happens, people are gonna rock with him. But this 22 fella, he might be able to get enough following to where it works.
He has a crazy fucking following.
That's wild.
Both of his diss songs are in the millions of views, promoted by World Star at that. Dude, this is what I don't get. You have Future, who is a carbon copy of you have Designer, who is a carbon copy of Future. And everybody's talking shit. You have 22 Savage come around, and everybody's like, he's just trolling them. It's just fun. It's 23 Savage come around. Oh, this is a legit beef. Why are motherfuckers so cool with carbon copies of made niggas? Like, can you imagine if there was a Hollywood Kevo? Like, your name is Kevin, and there was and there's a nigga named Kevon. Then he's like, I'm Hollywood Kevo. How'd you feel about that?
We probably have to box, bro.
We gotta get him up after that.
We would have to, and if he's biting who I am, yeah, we gotta. Like,
imagine you listen to his podcast and he's making up words and then he's talking about how Lil Yachty's his favorite. Like, you gotta piece him up after.
Well, no, I actually don't, because Lil Yachty's not my favorite.
You just said it.
No,
just said it.
Lil Yachty's not my favorite, so I can let him have that wave. He can rock it out.
So you gonna let Hollywood Kevo eat?
If Lil Yachty's his favorite, he's not me. So at that point, yeah. But if he's doing the same shit as me, if he's me in a sense, but with the O at the end of his name, bro, we gotta get him up. And it's funny because I've been saying for years, bro, I want to say I've told my boys this since like 2010, maybe even 2009, that they need to have a celebrity boxing thing. They need to do that. And of course, the way I said it should all go to charity. Yeah. But right about now, I need to get this acting shit popping so I can get in there and just beat up people. Draymond Green.
How does that work?
Right.
Draymond Green gonna kick you in the nuts. He already.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's the end of any fight. I don't care who you are. What
you're
kind
probably
of
right. You're right.
As soon as your nuts get kicked, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can win by disqualification, but at the end of the day, nigga, you lost.
Your stomach hurt.
You lost. Exactly. That's a different kind of pain. Whew. So we're going to move on from this because this really isn't that interesting. I just had to put it on there just because of the amount of savages that are involved. Who do you think is going to win the triple threat of the savages?
You know what? Only reason I'm going to say 21 is because he's actually caught a body.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's
on.
Right, he's a trash ass rapper, but he might really be with the shit.
He's definitely on, man. Like anybody that's, riding on the back of a motorcycle with Meek Mill, they may take a L. they may take an L in that situation. But
hey, did you see Meek fall down the stairs, bro?
That was too funny. But you know what's even worse about that? Meek posted it. I'm like, bro, you're already.
You know what? I can relate to that shit so much. I was leaving Walmart the other day. It's been raining here, and I had on slides. Just ran in really quick. On my way out, bro, it's like 5 people behind me leaving the store at the same time. I slipped, but caught myself. So had I failed, I would have tore some shit.
Now, look, I've already said, if you slip and fall in some kind of public place, you got to make it seem like you are fucked up. You got to,
I was outside in the parking lot, bro.
Still.
It was late at night. Like, I would have just been on the ground rolling.
And you come from Cleveland, you already know what the situation is in the snow. I said, if I ever slip and fall in snow, I'm just going to not get up. No. Until y'all get done laughing and be like, wait, is Los all right?
No,
I'm sitting there.
If I slip and fall, I'm going to just start making snow angels. I'm going to look like I did it on purpose so I can make a snow angel. This was the plan. Y'all slipping.
I'm going to catch Kaz with some kind of spinneroonie or something. I'm like, I'm breakdancing, bro. You ain't never breakdancing in the snow? Fuck a Chris Brown in the rain. Right. You ain't never did this. I'm doing this for Lil Saint.
Oh, my God.
So that's that. That's the Battle of the Savages. Now, these last matches that I'm going to bring up are potential matches in celebrity boxing, and if it may not be at the money team thing. Again, this is something we're just having fun with, booking this fantasy card. But you can't tell me so far this ain't a barn burner. So the next one coming up has to go. It's Kodak Black versus Lil Wayne. The battle of the best rapper alive.
First of all,
bro, it's crazy that all this shit happened in this last week.
Wait. Now I seen that Kodak fella. I seen his video. Now
you see the tweet that started it all?
No, I didn't see the tweet that started it all. I seen the video. Now, before we even get there, first of all, I want to say Lil Wayne hasn't been Lil Wayne in I don't know how many years.
Some years, right? It's been some time.
So it's very odd to me that he chooses Lil Wayne of all people. But going to Kodak, I watched his video, bruh, and damn a fight. I feel he don't need to fight. This nigga needs speech class.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He need a Hooked on Phonics book. He needs fucking some shit to help him pronunciate his words.
Because it's definitely not there.
No. And his homeboy in the back co-signing and shit. You niggas need help.
Bro, I've always looked at Kodak Black, and I just feel like if you saw like a roach become a human, it'd be Kodak Black. Like, he legitimately looks like a roach.
He looked like he was in that movie Joe's Apartment.
Exactly, he was in there. Remember the roach I was rapping?
That was Kodak.
Bro, I swear he looks like a live version of a roach, and then he just...
You know, I can't tell if he has a grill, if his teeth is just yellow.
I think it might be both. I think it's like a skip one type situation. Like all the ones that have like the deep-rooted cavities and shit, that they can pass off as diamonds, and then the rest of them maybe actual gold front, so who knows? For this situation... Of course, Kodak Black tweeted out that fuck a Lil Wayne, I'm the best rapper alive.
He's so trash.
When they brought it up to Lil Wayne in an interview, he said, I don't know any of these new dudes. So I guess Kodak took offense to that. And recently this week, he put out a video saying that Lil Wayne can eat his ass. And I have to address that, because why are we offering out asses to be ate in a form of disrespect? I don't get that. Like, you know, at the end of the day, if he eats your ass, you're still said person getting your ass ate. Now, I know this is in the sense of, you know, dissing, but it's at the same time like, you just told another man to eat your ass.
Right. And you meant it.
And you meant that. And that's just weird.
Yeah.
And then on another thing, it's just also gross because Kodak Black also looked like he's just dirty as fuck. Like, he seemed like when he lay down on pillows, he looked like that black ring. Like, you can't tell him he look like he leave black rings and shit.
He like looks like he got. He looks like
tell him to scrub the tub.
Right, he looks like he got a musty smell to him.
You probably did. Yo, like his breath is hidden,
man.
Like he started breathing to kill flies. No, y'all can't tell me Kodak Black don't look like his breath ain't on some shit.
Yeah.
We finally got down to it. Kodak Black this week sent out a video saying, "Lil Wayne, fight me in this celebrity boxing match. Fight me, and the winner gets the title as best rapper alive."
Lil Wayne ain't had that title. Let alone, why does Kodak feel he would get that title?
I don't know.
Bro, it's a mashup. I watched it last night. It's a mashup of Eminem's The Last Cypher that Eminem and his camp did. And it was Eminem's freestyle. They mashed it up. Like, their show clip from Eminem's freestyle. And then they went to Kodak Black rapping. Then it went back to then it went back to Eminem, and then it went to the Lil Boat fella. Then it went back to Eminem. Then it went to some other dude who looked like Lil Boat because they got the same hair, but I don't know who the fuck it is.
Probably Lil Uzi Vert.
I don't fucking know. But
did he have like purplish looking hair?
It was the video.
Matter of fact, does he look like a lesbian? That's the best way
yes,
to describe it.
The video was in black and white, so I don't know what color his hair was. But bro, all of these versions except for M's were trash.
Of course.
But the last one, this little, what's his name?
Which one?
The last dude you said? The lesbian?
Uzi Vert?
Yeah, him. Bro, I don't even know if he was rapping. He said something, she liked my Rolex, and he looked at it.
That was Uzi Vert. Yep, I saw that.
Bro, that shit was trash.
He was talking, but would you rather that or would you rather Designer's XXL Freshman Freestyle?
I'd rather Designer.
You know what? Me too.
I'd rather Designer. Because even though I don't understand what the fuck he's saying, at least it has a cool cadence.
Exactly, right. Like what it's supposed to be.
Right. These guys, I don't get it. And what's bad is they think that this dope.
Right.
And people like it.
Right.
You know what? I'm going to become a celebrity, and what I'm going to do is every 3 months, I'm going to fight one of these new niggas.
He's going to throw out a challenge.
I'm going to fight one of these new niggas, and I'm going to beat the dog shit out of him.
Who was out there saying that either one of y'all is the best rapper alive?
Exactly.
Like in Lil Wayne's case, who's saying that you're still that guy? And in Kodak Black, who said you were ever that guy? And then
then on top of that, I don't feel like you can be that guy. You don't have an album.
Does he have an album?
I don't think that.
Or something.
But you don't have an album. Like there's no label. Is there a label behind him?
I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie.
How you gonna be a best rapper, my nigga, and you don't have a distribution deal?
Man, this is hard times right now. But dealing with this situation, y'all are battling for best rapper alive. How is a fight supposed to help?
I
can see who's the rapper with the better hands, but the last time I checked, if there is a best rapper alive conversation, you have to rap. You have to out-rap the other rapper. I whooped your ass, so that means I spit better than you? It's never been the case.
Nope.
Whatsoever. Now, granted, it'd be funny to watch because I'm almost positive that neither of those niggas can fight.
I agree.
But the fact that this is what's the deciding factor, like, yo, let's go ahead, let's get in the ring, and whoever wins is the best rapper alive. Like, Okay, so are we gonna get so what are the bars gonna sound like?
Right.
For said
Is there a beat involved in this?
But there's a beat. Somebody get beat the fuck up, but I don't know if there's necessarily a bar for bar competition.
Yo, did you? I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched a very short clip because it was right before the movie last night. Where Kodak came up to the Breakfast Club in a fucking ski mask.
In a ski mask.
And Charlemagne is like, I think he said it the same thing you said. Like, shouldn't rapping be, or shouldn't the best rapper alive be decided with rapping? And he was like, Kodak was just, yeah. Bro, yeah, like he didn't answer the question. Angela Lee tried to help and interject. So why did you, like.
No, to the point, he got to a point where he wasn't even answering the questions anymore.
Yeah.
He just stood there and then Charlemagne was like, all right, yeah, that was a good answer. Like, he just wouldn't answer questions. But then the rest of the questions outside of the fight were weird. Like, it was a weird fucking interview that I got nothing from.
Yeah. Like I said, I just caught a little clip, but this guy's a clown.
It's going to be interesting to
like,
see.
You know, like you can't, what was the purpose of you coming to an interview with the ski mask on? My nigga, your camp had to agree to the fucking interview. We know it's you.
Right.
Get him the fuck up out of here, bro.
Sometimes roaches don't want to be seen. Like, nigga, think about it. When you turn the lights on, they scatter. That's probably the only way he could truly get on that interview and be, as involved as possible. And you see how the little bit of involvement he had in that interview.
Yeah.
So in the battle of the best, and the best is in some heavy quotation marks. Like, these are the biggest quotes you ever seen in Times New Roman font. Now, in the battle of the best, who do you think is taking the crown?
Like, if they're actually gonna fight, if they physically fought,
because that's the only way to decide who's the best rapper. Have you not been paying attention?
Right? But I don't just I'm hoping. Shit. Damn.
No, I'll go first. Why you thinking? I'm gonna give it to Wayne. I'm gonna give it to Wayne because I feel like Wayne had more prison stints than Kodak did.
True.
And I think Wayne know how to at least take a punch because he took a close range bullet.
He did it.
He shot himself.
But also Wayne hangs out. Well, he hung out. I don't know if he still does with Drake, and we all know Drake is soft. I think some of that softness.
Well, I mean, he got him for the money, but you gotta remember Wayne has been a Crip and a Blood, so you can't tell me that nigga's get down game ain't there.
You got a point. You have a very valid point. I'm just hoping fucking Vince McMahon runs in and kicks somebody in the nuts, and it just stops the whole match, so it's a draw. Like, man.
So it's like, as soon as Wayne gets that best rapper alive stamp, then he's just gonna disappear again, and still no.
Right.
No.
Still no music. Right. Still no music. Still no nothing.
Or Carter 6.
It's supposed to be the 5.
It's supposed to be the 5. Okay,
right.
just double checking. Moving on to the next match, and you just mentioned him, the King of L's. So
me.
You're gonna have the next match involves the King of L's versus the King of Radio. Meek Mill versus Drake.
They still beefing?
Exactly. Where the fuck did this even come from?
No, this really just came about?
I promise, yes. This happened, if not yesterday, then the day before.
What happened?
So, Meek Mill was doing a live training session on Instagram. And during that training session, people, of course, in there talking shit. Somebody asked him, since everybody's doing the celebrity boxing shit, would you fight Drake? And Meek said, hell yeah, I'd fight Drake. For $5 million. And Nikki has to be the ring girl.
That was petty.
Very petty. Here's the issue. Dark skinned dudes, we've been winning for a little bit. He's fucking it up for us right now.
He really is.
He's really fucking it up for us right now. He's making a beige nigga look like that guy. Even though he is that guy, don't get me wrong. If this is what's gonna go back down to the light skin, dark skin battle, we gotta switch up. We're gonna have to draft somebody. We gotta draft what's my man? We gotta draft Idris Elba. We gotta draft Morris Chestnut. And we gotta give up Meek Mill. We have to.
Yeah. Well, I thought we traded Meek a long time ago.
He keeps fucking coming back.
Damn.
Because he keeps fighting the top light skin in the industry.
He keeps getting waived and
end
up back on our roster.
Bro, this shit is so fucking annoying. I don't understand. Why would you fall? Like, it was a trap. Why would you fall into a trap like that and actually make a comment? Because now, if Drake say something about you again, you're gonna go back to another year of just King of L's.
Yeah.
It's going to rehash everything.
Yeah. Well, no, I think at this point, man, with that first stint they had, no matter what Meek does, he's going to be seen as the token L. Like, if they have L in the Urban Dictionary, Meek's picture definitely got to be there.
Right.
It has no choice.
With a quotation under it says, "Hold up."
It has to be. First of all, he's out of his mind if he thought he would get $5 million to fight Drake for multiple reasons.
He's not out of his mind. He would. I guarantee you, for Drake and Meek Mill,
no,
boxing match, that's gonna make bread.
No, it'll make bread. Okay, you're right. It's gonna make bread. I feel like he's out of his mind for thinking he deserves $5 million to fight Drake for multiple reasons. Number one, I personally wouldn't want to see that. I don't want to see Drake end up with red marks all over his body because we know how light skinned people turn red.
Right, we know how y'all bruise.
On top of that, Drake wouldn't fight that, man.
Drake wouldn't fight anybody.
Right, sure. Drake wouldn't fight that, man. And then even if it didn't happen, I mean, Meek, you're gonna beat the boy up, like.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, did you see his sparring or his heavy bag work?
I don't give. I've seen his heavy bag work. Don't get me wrong. He does not have hands. I do not believe Meek has hands. I don't. But I know Drake doesn't have hands.
He said, I believe, but I know.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, I got to give it to the Philly cat. Like I have to. I have. Like I said, this is coming from somebody like I've trained in boxing. I've done it. I know what the fuck to do when it comes to these hands. Meek doesn't have that in his body.
Yeah, and when you put it like that, I can see Philly going over Toronto.
Right. You know what I mean? So. But I mean, like I said, he kind of is crazy. He would definitely get the $5 million. You're right, but he's crazy to think he deserves the $5 million.
He's crazy to think that rehashing this issue is going to rehash his career.
Nah, and that's like the crazy part.
Him dropping, what was it, a mixtape or an album that just came? Dream Chasers 3. That was a
mixtape. Yeah.
Him dropping that mixtape was the only thing that people considered as a W. He was gradually creeping back towards he's going to always be the king of L's, but he was gradually creeping back towards getting some W's here and there.
But no,
him breaking up with Nicki fucked it up, and now you attacking Drake, so now you're looking emotional.
No, yeah, he does look emotional, but he looked emotional once they broke up. He was on her Instagram post taking little shots. Like, come on, bro. Last month that was your lady. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's so he already is, but he has a steady following. That's the killer part. People really fuck with him.
That's true.
And when he dropped the mixtape, people was like, "Yo, this is hard."
And not saying that people shouldn't fuck with him because it's not. I mean, the nigga's not the greatest rapper. You know, we know that's between Kodak and Lil Wayne,
right?
But he has a solid following. So if people are gonna, support him, if people are gonna actually be on his side, that's definitely not a problem because there are far more people that are against him. And as he said in the video he put out with him slipping, want to see him fall. So I have no problem with him having a following, and I have no problem with people wanting to see it happen. But at the end of the day, you have to be a businessman.
Yeah.
And if you know the beef that he had with Drake, if it wasn't for that world tour, he probably wouldn't have saw the amount of money that he needed to see from what he's been doing musically that year. That year and a half.
You got.
He wouldn't have saw it because motherfuckers are petty. They will not buy your shit just because you're beefing with somebody that they idolize, basically.
Right, and you got a point. I remember back when 50 first came out. I think everybody at a point listened to some Ja.
At some point, everybody was a Ja Rule fan.
Right.
Definitely.
When 50 came out, nigga,
it was over.
Fuck you, Ja. Nigga, I'm not rocking with it. Was none of that shit. You know what I mean? And to this day, I'm still don't rock with him.
Still don't rock with him.
You know what I mean?
But that was the best example. Because beef will fuck with your money. Depending on who you're beefing with.
Right. You know what I mean? And then once a fan gets invested so much or they can relate a lot more to whomever you're beefing with, you done lost some. You done lost one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think for Meek's case, man, he just got to get back to the music. Just get back to stick to the music, man, and go about your shit. Don't get caught up in no traps. Don't get caught up in none of that shit. Because, like you said, you looking emotional.
Right. And it's not a good look.
Nah.
It's not a good look.
Nah.
You just lost literally the second hottest, if not the hottest woman in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
You just lost her. And then you doing a little petty shit, and now you challenge Drake again. You need a hug. You look like you need a hug. Right
bring it in.
Bring it in.
Come
here, guy. That's really all the big news that happened with this one because it recently, like I said, it just happened. We'll probably hear something back from Drake because this is, he only goes after the emotional type people that are showing more emotions than what he normally shows.
Right.
So we probably will hear from Drake. Meek doesn't have that cushion of Nicki Minaj. He doesn't have that cushion anymore.
I see what you did.
You see what I did there? You seen it. He doesn't have that cushion anymore, so he has nothing to fall back on.
Right. And you know what's fucked up about this whole ordeal? Drake said, when she tells you we're better off as friends. He mentioned this and they dissed. And it happened.
She's not even saying we're better off as friends. They're just not fucking with each
Right.
So, in the battle of the kings, who do you think's winning? The king of radio or the king of L's? Which is a stupid question.
In a fist fight? In a fist fight?
Yeah.
In a fist fight, Meek would beat that boy.
Meek's gonna give him that work?
Yeah. Meek would beat him up, but it wouldn't knock him out. Why? Because Drake got more weight on him.
Oh, you think it's gonna come down to decision?
It's gonna come down to no, he has to knock him out.
Yeah, there's no other option.
He can't come down to decision.
They're gonna choose Drake.
Listen, Drake could have not thrown a punch the whole game. Pulled a Rocky when he fought the Russian and won.
Yep. Exactly.
So you're right. You know what? That is this fight.
Exactly.
It's a Philly nigga versus the Russian. That's this fight.
And everybody had their money on the Russian.
Yeah, he would have to knock Drake out.
That's the only option.
He would have to.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nah.
The only reason I don't think it's gonna happen is because Drake is gonna put the money in to get legit training. If he hasn't already had legit training.
Right. You got a point.
And again, Drake got more weight on him. So he probably could take more of a punch. Granted, he may go into the back and sob, from the situation.
He gonna cry, he gonna sob.
He just gonna sob. You know what I'm saying? But
he gonna cry in the car.
But at the end of the day, Drake will definitely be prepared for this.
Oh yeah, if it came down to something like that, yeah. I think they both would do their due diligence and getting a legit trainer, and it's just a matter of who's going to get that edge. Right. You know what I mean? And this is why I say Meek is going to get that edge because he grew up in the streets. Right. So let's say they both get the equal amount of training. You know what I mean? When it comes to just the hands, they're equal. Let's say that. The edge I got to give to Meek because he has that street element to it. You know what I mean? And being able to react. So I think Meek got to get the KO. Third round KO.
That's the only option that he has here.
Third round KO.
Now, we're not going to touch too much on this one because we had a whole episode dedicated to it. But next match, the co-main event, and I know it's been billed as the main event, but again, this is our card that we're bringing to the public. The co-main event, Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy. To update this, did you see the interview with him and Money Mayweather?
With who?
Soulja Boy and Mayweather.
Nah, I didn't see that one.
Media group known as Hollywood Unlocked. They did an interview with Floyd Mayweather and Soulja Boy where they had Soulja Boy explain what's been going on and Floyd Mayweather explain his involvement in everything.
Right.
Now, one question was asked of Soulja Boy. You know, you're from Atlanta. He's from Virginia. How'd y'all become Bloods? This man goes on to explain all the shit that happened in the past. He talked about when he was kicking it with Rihanna, when he was dating Tiana Taylor. Not one time did he explain why is he a Blood.
And you know what?
And how?
you know what? I watched the video. I don't know if you've seen it. It was on World Star where it was people from that neighborhood. When they was like, they paid, you know, just same shit I said the last episode was they paid to do this. They paid the right people. No, not to get put on. They paid the right people to claim it.
Oh, to say they got put on.
Right. They was like, when they come around here, he's like, we don't let that shit fly. Right. Now, I will say this video basically confirmed what I already feel. And I'm not even going to go into it too much because y'all not about to shoot me. But every other word out these motherfuckers' mouth was either Pyro or Blood.
Yep.
Like, they need some help speaking too.
Right. Soulja Boy was so temperamental in that entire interview. I don't think you understand. Like, he was like, I'm from Treetop Piru. Bompton, nigga. No, you're from Atlanta. You made Crank that. Quit it.
Right.
Again, man, we had an entire episode dedicated to this dude.
Yeah,
but I do think people should go check out that interview. If y'all want a good hearty chuckle, go check out that interview. But who you think is going to actually...
Chris Brown is going to beat the dog shit out of that boy. That will be a knockout. There's no... Listen, I'm not fighting a nigga that can do a fucking front flip and land in place.
He knows some shit.
I'm not... No.
He knows some shit.
Chris Brown will beat the dog shit out of the boy. That's what's going to have to happen. I know you've seen the videos between them, like, working out and different shit.
Chris Brown got pretty decent mat work.
Yeah, I can say he doesn't hit hard. He got decent footwork. He got some speed to him. His stance is a little wide for me. You know what I mean? But he doesn't seem like he hit hard. But everything that he did in that video, even though it wasn't correctly inanimate,
miles better than the shadow.
Man, like. And then Soulja Boy, did you see him hitting the 5-pound weights, bro?
In his socks?
Yes, bro. He was doing. I'm like, bro, like, stop it, like. Chris Brown is going to beat that boy up.
Chris Brown is going to give Soulja Boy that work. It's going to be a horrible, horrible fight, but Chris Brown's for sure going to win.
Shout out to whatever charity gets that bread.
I don't think, you know what, though, in that interview, they brought up what charity would you be donating to, and Mayweather danced around that conversation. So I I don't think the fight is going to be a charitable fight, which
sucks.
I
think it will be.
I think they'll donate.
I think they'll donate. I just don't think
the majority of the proceeds are for sure going to
to the production companies. Yeah. Definitely, because I mean, shit, his name is Money May. So yeah, exactly. I get that, but I do think some of it's going to go to charity. What charity? I don't know, but
if one, yeah,
right. I kind of hope that fight happens. Only reason I hope that fight happens, not because I want to be entertained, but because I think that opens up some other opportunities, and then we're able to get to where if somebody has a beef, we don't need y'all to go out and shoot each other. We don't need another Gucci Man Jeezy incident.
Right.
Just go box it out and be cool. But the downside is, depending on the celebrity, they're not going to want to take that L.
Right.
I think with Soulja Boy and Chris, no matter who wins or loses, they can take that L and be cool. Chris Brown, don't think this will happen. Chris Brown can take an L and still have a very lucrative career.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Soulja Boy's going to take the L and disappear, which we expect.
And pop back up 6 years later with somebody.
But I think if it's somebody bigger or maybe one of these older people in the industry, if this was to happen, I think that transpires into something else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maybe not with them directly, but somebody in their camp. So, I don't know. Like I said, whatever charity gets this money, salute to them.
Salute to them, because we just got one of the worst fights ever.
Yeah.
The main event of the Money Team Rumble. And this update actually just happened yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, I seen it yesterday.
The main event. Floyd Money Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. If you are following, which you really should be, because everybody kept saying this shit may not happen, but if you are following, Dana White just did an interview with Colin Cowherd on The Herd saying, here's a legit offer. $25 million for you, $25 million for Conor, and we'll negotiate a split in the pay-per-view buys.
That's interesting.
Because that's the first time Mayweather offered Conor the $15 million.
Yeah, and that's the first time we've ever see anything like this
ever. I feel like all parties are in agreement. Fuck it, let's make this fight happen. But did you see Mayweather on TMZ?
No, I didn't.
So somebody from TMZ brought it up to Mayweather, and Mayweather gonna say he's a fucking comedian. And then it was like, man, look at this watch. Actually, you know how much that watch cost? I don't know how much was it. Google it. Mayweather is the most arrogant fighter since Muhammad Ali. Maybe even twice as worse.
You know what's crazy though? Because I worked at Nike back in the day, and Mayweather came in there frequently. You know what I mean? Like it got to a point where I don't think he knows my name, but if he saw my face, he would know. Hey, I've seen this guy before.
Right.
Not only working there, but hell, when he was getting ready to fight Canelo, as I would leave work and pull up to my apartment, which was on Sahara, he would be jogging down the street. And it got to a point where every day, for some odd reason, like every day for about a week and a half, as I'm pulling up, he would be jogging. It was like time. And it get to the point where he jogging, he'd give me a little head nod because he would see me every day.
I say, you know who you are at this point.
But I think for Mayweather, yes, he's definitely arrogant. He's definitely cocky. But when it comes to some fan, the thing that made me be like, all right, you know what, he got some decency to him, is because when I was working at Nike, I'm helping him out. Two fans and their dad walked up, white people. They were clearly baseball fans. They were in there to get baseball shit. They had on baseball gear. They were really geeked about seeing him, and they asked for an autograph. He gave it to him, chopped it up with him. But it was just cool because he was in there, he was shopping, you know what I mean? He wasn't on no I'm signing autograph type deal, but he was very cool about it. Not only did he just sign it and take a picture, he was asking him about baseball. Mm-hmm. They didn't even talk about boxing. He was asking him about baseball, what positions they played and, you know, what teams they played for. And I thought that was pretty cool coming from somebody like him. You know what I mean? Doesn't change the fact that, yes, he's arrogant, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Me, I love his arrogance. Mm-hmm. For some reason, an arrogant fighter just makes the fight that much better. In my case, I'm watching it to see if he can back up his words.
Exactly.
In other cases, they're watching it because they want him to get his ass whooped. Mm-hmm. But I think Mayweather's get out the way game towards the latter part of his career has been strong. But people, like I said, people sleep on the fact that Mayweather has, 44 fights?
Yeah.
Of those 44, 26 of those are knockouts.
Mm-hmm. He now don't get me wrong, he doesn't have that type of power to just knock you. He doesn't have Tyson power.
Right. Yeah, he's not gonna put you out
first round. But he does have that capability. And then one thing that irritates me with people that watch boxing, I understand you want to be entertained, but the job is to not get fucking hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Muhammad Ali, but he took hits.
He took a lot, which is why
exactly. You know what I mean? You don't want to be punch drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be able to where when it's all said and done, you can articulate a sentence.
Right.
So the object is not to get hit. Yes, we want to see people really go in there and slug it out, but the job as a fighter is to not get hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So of course his get out the way game in the ring is gonna be at the top level. It's supposed to be.
Right.
And because of that, and because McGregor does not have a lick of boxing in his blood, Floyd gonna win that.
You know, it's funny because Dana White, he was also talking about the shit that Mayweather was talking. McGregor had never seen more than 10 million in a fight. He was talking about Mayweather's last fight did 350,000 pay-per-view buys, and Connor's did 1.3 or 1.5 mil. And to me, that's interesting because UFC is not the bigger promotion. Conor McGregor is not the bigger fighter, but that card did 1.5 mil.
But you know why it did that? It's because Conor is an arrogant fighter, but he's at the peak of his game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's at the peak of the game, and UFC is starting to try to
make motions.
Exactly. We watched Floyd go 2 fights where people weren't impressed. So a lot of people, granted who he is, wasn't going to buy that last fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they were to compare McGregor's totals, this most recent one, to Floyd's, let's say when he fought, hell, you can, even though it wasn't good, you can even take the Pacquiao fight. I bet you it was right. I bet you it was about similar, if not close. You know, it had to be close. You know what I mean? Of course, people ain't gonna want to see that last joint from Floyd. Like, it wasn't good. After the Pacquiao fight, people was like, "I'm not watching another one of these fucking flights by this man," and I understand. You know what I mean? So, I think with this particular match, Floyd wins by decision.
Floyd's gonna for sure win and by decision. But you know what? The only other way Floyd wouldn't win is Conor McGregor knocking him out. Now, granted, this isn't, and you know what? I have to address this as well. People keep saying that Floyd's a pussy because he wants, you know, he want the boxing match, he want things to go his way, but he won't step in the ring with Conor McGregor. Here's what people forget: one of Conor McGregor's mixed martial arts is boxing. He's been trained in boxing. He officially has his license to box. Mayweather is just a boxer. So now you want this dude to learn a completely different martial art
that these other people that do the
martial for years.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You want him to learn a completely different martial art to step into the octagon. But we want this fight to happen this year. That's what I think motherfuckers don't be thinking when they be talking sometimes.
They don't. They just like to hear the sound of their voice.
They both are trained and licensed boxers. So of course it's going to be a boxing match. No one's about to sit around and wait for Mayweather to train for 3 years to finally get into the octagon.
Exactly.
No one's going to wait around for that fucking time. So the fact that people are saying he should get into the octagon, stop it. Just stop it.
Go kill yourself. Go into the cabinet, eat the pills.
Eat the pills, wash it down with some bleach. But I think a boxing match is going to be amazing. I don't think it'll be amazing in the sense of we're going to see so much back and forth action.
Nah.
But it's going to be amazing because the promo and the build to it is going to be a media circus.
Absolutely.
These are two of the most arrogant fighters to ever lace up some boots and put on some gloves.
And you know what? And you know what? It would be out here in Vegas.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So the city would be buzzing.
City will be
a lot of revenue.
This would be bigger than Mayweather Pacquiao.
Absolutely.
And completely bigger than Mayweather Pacquiao.
And it would generate a lot of revenue for the city. You know what I mean? So it'd be good.
I think Mayweather would win by decision.
Yeah.
But what would happen if Mayweather lost?
It'd be a bunch of excuses.
Hella.
It'd be a bunch of excuses, but the good thing for him is it doesn't affect his boxing record.
Very true.
So he would still go down as the greatest fighter with, he lost to a UFC guy. That's how it would be seen 5 years from now. Mayweather's the greatest boxer. Well, yeah, but he's also a UFC guy. So
who cares?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
He
still would win.
And 1.
Right. He still would win to me. He still would take a win.
Well, financially, yes, he's going to take a fucking win.
No, but even in legacy, he still takes a win.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think, and the reason
took somebody outside of the sport to beat him.
Right, and then being that I think he takes a win in that magnitude, takes a win financially, and then if McGregor loses, he takes a loss across the board, except financially.
Right,
he still gets his check, but he'd be like, Conor McGregor lost to fucking Floyd Mayweather.
He couldn't cut it in boxing,
right? You know what I mean? So he take. I think the upside is definitely with Floyd on this one.
That's just gonna be interesting to see, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, granted, he's not gonna do it for 25. He's already said he's not coming out of retirement for less than 100 mil. Dana White gonna have to grow some balls and actually make this shit happen because the pay-per-view buyout alone versus what they're making at the gate versus the merchandising, nigga, they're going to recoup all of that. if not more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pay this man $100 million. Let's get this fight. And you gonna sit here and tell me that Mayweather gonna take the same amount of money that his opponent is? Come on now.
He ain't do that with Pacquiao. Why the fuck would he do?
Pacquiao was the person that was quote unquote closest to Mayweather.
Right? Why would he do that with?
He didn't do that with Canelo, who when they went into the ring, they both were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. Pay that man his money.
Exactly.
Let's get this fight going, man. That's the money Mayweather.
That's the fight
Rumble.
card. That's the fight card.
That's the whole card. How much we charging for tickets?
For a fight like this, man.
For the whole card.
For the whole card.
Ladder match and all.
Yeah, it is a ladder match to open the joint up.
And a triple threat that follows that.
Yeah, we got to charge about $50 a pop a ticket, man.
Hell no, I'm going at pockets, baby.
Really?
I need 120 for this joint.
Really?
I need 125. Give me something. We all walk away paid.
125, but the drinks is half off.
Okay. No, matter of fact, 2 drinks free.
2 drinks free.
They're gonna be watered down to be damned. But 2 drinks free.
They watered down Mr. Pibb.
Exactly. No, fuck that. It's watered down Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder. We got some Tiki Punch though.
Yeah, it's gonna be legit Tiki Punch because I fucks with the Tiki Punch.
Yeah.
Kev, where can they find you at?
_ Hollywood Kev. That's where I'm at. That's where I will be.
At Big Los UTC. Follow the B page. Follow the Beat Twitter page as well.
Yeah.
And definitely be on the lookout for what we got going on. Shout out to Jay Alonzo and Kay Williams. Shout out to Truth and Lex Love. And as always, it's Big Los.
It's Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.